Council to Mr. Swarupan, who's going to talk to us about MSME and a topic which is very, very close to our heart and various opportunities that are available. So without wasting too much time, I hand you over to me.
Yeah.
Very eagerly looking forward to your conversation, sir.
First of all, thank you, the team from National Productivity Council. And I think the timing has been very, very apt, I would say, because I think it reminded us of the productivity week. Generally, I think most industries actually follow safety month and quality month. I think productivity month has been generally not given that importance.
It's taken for granted.
Just given. It's given.
Productivity is taken for granted.
But of course, I think this is one opportunity we felt that I think NPC is in the forefront of driving the productivity. But I'm very sure we have a lot of inputs from you. And also, I think the inputs have to be trickled down up to MSMEs, because all kinds of measurements, what we do on productivity or at a slightly tier one, we talk about efficiencies and all that. But when it comes to MSMEs, probably the efficiency measures or the metrics are not even considered, because they are so much in all the time in doing the firefighting and trying to meet the
Even now.
even now. So I think this probably the cluster program, which maybe you're going to give us some insights, will help us. So about the speaker's profile, Mr. Swarupan Das is a Deputy Director and Head of National Productivity Council under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. So he brings over about 16 years of rich experience in industrial engineering. I think industrial engineering has been the backbone of whatever we call it as a lean, Six Sigma and all that. And with a deep expertise in lean manufacturing, process optimization, operational excellence, he has extensively worked on shop floor improvements, 5S audits, workflow optimizations, and job analysis across industries. He is currently serving at the National Productivity Council, Bangalore, an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. He actively contributes to productivity enhancement initiatives through consultancy, training, and implementation support to industries. He has extensive hands-on experience in implementing lean tools, best practices to enhance efficiencies and reduce operational waste. And he is also passionate about enabling organizations to achieve a sustainable growth through structured productivity frameworks. So welcome, Mr. Swarupan Das. And Mr. Telkar is the director of, he's an expert chair of the MSME. So I think you're having a right connect right now. And just to talk about president of BCIC, and now actually he's actively driving the Lean 4.0.
Comedy.
Actively driving
There's a lot of humor, right? Before you came.
Lean Industry 4.0. So I think we have a good audience today, and we are looking forward to your session. Then, so anything, Mr. Telkar, you would like to talk?
So I'm sure you would have already covered a lot of things in the welcome.
Just only 1 minute. Just join.
So talking about MSMEs, I think we are talking about almost 8 crores entities across India, and probably 30% of India's GDP, 35% of manufacturing, and maybe 40-45% of exports. So we're talking of quite a big chunk of industries. And I think clusters is something which is forward, because a lot of benefits can actually come out of that. If you're actually acting as single, there's some particular strength. If you're acting as clusters, you have shared infrastructure, you have got shared knowledge, you have got better bargaining power. You also can use aggregation and economies of scale in actually sourcing a lot of things. So there are a lot of benefits, and I'm all ears to understand how we can actually take this discussion further and turn it into more of actionables and implement certain parts than just discussing certain concepts. So thank you so much, and I welcome the officials from NPC as well as delegates over here from BCIC as well. So I'm looking forward to a fruitful session today.
Come, sir.
Can I request you all to just introduce yourselves? Go ahead, start from yourself. Start from this.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Narendra here. So I'm basically an MSME consultant. So I stand as a bridge between the entrepreneur, banker, and government schemes and subsidies. And we give complete end-to-end solutions starting from to loan disbursement plus subsidy availment. And I'm a district resource person for appointed by Government of India for as a freelancer for PMFME scheme.
My name is Jagdish. I'm the co-chairman for the Agri and Food Processing Committee here at BCIC. Otherwise, I've been in the agriculture sector for a very long time and I represent those industries.
I'm T. Ramappa. Just an individual now. I used to work here some years ago. Essentially, chambers of commerce background.
I'm Mahesh Naik, co-founder of a startup, Tiny Prism Labs, and we are building solutions for manufacturing industry, currently focusing on surveillance and inspection related use cases.
So I'm Mohan Kumar. I'm a chartered accountant. We have a consulting company called Juice Consulting. We take care of outsourcing of the entire finance function and other consulting services for MSMEs typically. Of course, we do others also, but predominantly MSMEs.
My name is Chandran, past president. We also say former president. Past as some other connotation. After then, I used to work for industries the last 2 decades and other sectors before that. We have our colleague, Dr. Bhattacharya, also worked, we used to work very closely. Except that I didn't do a PhD and he did a PhD. And so I just want to say only one word. I love Lean. I love 4.0. So I created a platform called Lean 4.0 and like an evangelist, I go around doing this. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Bala. Worked for Top for over 30 years. And now I run my own consulting firm, primarily focusing on world-class manufacturing. And I closely work with the MSME department in taking the schemes to various MSMEs across the country.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vikas Sunkar. So I am founder of a venture accelerator by the name Sanjosho Ventures. Essentially work with early stage startups as well as I'm focusing on MSMEs. And just to give you all a background, I'm also an industrial engineer.
Okay.
Passed out of NITI back in '97.
Hi, this is Vijay. I work for a Japanese government agency called Japan External Trade Organization, JETRO. So we are focusing on MSMEs to expand in India and collaborate with the Indian MSMEs. Nice to meet you.
Hi all, good afternoon. Myself Nagaraj Govinda Naik. I am the founder and MD of NSAC Consultancy Services. And as a education background, I did my post-graduation from IIT Madras. Worked for TCS for 29 years. Now I am starting my own consultancy service.
Hello and welcome to BCIC. I'm Kalpana Chauhan, co-convener of the BCIC Leadership Forum. I am also a practicing company secretary and a social auditor. We take care of corporate law advisory services and CSR impact assessments. And we also work with a lot of MSMEs.
Good evening. I am Dr. Krishna Kumar. I have been in various industries, manufacturing to construction, contracting. Having retired, I am now a business coach and a trainer for the MSME owners, and I help them to evolve. And I did it as a PhD itself was on a strategic management for the MSME side. So that's a side. Thank you.
Hello team, good afternoon. I'm Sanjana Agarwal. I'm a senior associate at NCAP Advisors. My senior, I think Manoj Bansal, sir, is a very big part of BCIC, and I'm here for him. And I've just recently started in Bangalore, so this is the first time I've attended this event. And I've heard a lot more. I'm very excited for this event.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the kind.
The mentor.
Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I think I heard NPC in the earlier meeting, but anyway, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
First of all, thank you for inviting NPC. I think this is the first time, as far I'm in Bangalore office from 2009. I think this is the first time we are doing a program jointly with BCIC. And as told by chairman and the co-chairman, at the end of the day, we should look into at how best we can take out from the program, because as you know, otherwise we have a heavy of India, so we do a lot of program, lot of talking, but at the end of the day, nothing comes out in the reality. So let us hope. The static result I am telling, let us hope. At the end of the day, we should do something for the MSME. The whole motive of this program. Now coming to the this topic, this talk. This is basically from this was formed in the year 1958 on 12th of February. So 12th to 18th February is always celebrated as a productivity week. So this year we are celebrating 68th National Productivity Week. So now every year we have. Can you go to the first previous student? Before that. Okay. So next slide. So every year we have some themes like so 14th to 18th February sorry 12th to 18th February celebrated as Productivity Week. So every year we have a theme. So this year theme is clusters as growth engine, maximizing productivity in MSME.
Oh, this week is a productivity week.
This is the productivity week, and today is the last.
Every year.
Every year, and today is the last program I am doing. So it was I should thank Rupa madam that within a few days she has accepted the invitation of education program. So like every year, this year our theme is clusters as a growth engine, maximizing productivity in the MSMEs. So this is about NPC. I will not take much time. It is an autonomous body under Ministry of Commerce and Industry under DPIIT. We have 12 regional offices. Our head office in Delhi and our training institute. It is in Chennai. Excellent. So Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry is the President of NPC. Secretary DPIIT is the Chairperson of NPC, and Director General, who is Director General generally Secretary level Senior IAS Officer. So Director General is, you can tell, the CEO of NPC, who day-to-day activities she is taking care. Currently, Srimati Nirja Shekhar is the IAS.
What is DPIIT? I forgot.
Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. It is a body under Ministry of Industry and Commerce. Next slide. So we have different activities. Generally, if you see NPC, it was formed in 1958 as a consulting body. Now we have a lot of consulting body like KPMG, E&Y, and all. That time government thought, okay, we should have a consulting body. So they formed NPC. And since then we are working on many areas, but you can tell consultancy is the bread and butter of NPC. We do a lot of consultancy. You forgot about my designation. Basically, I'm a consultant. I also go to industries.
Oh.
I do soft flow studies and suggest. Like right now, we are doing a work for railway factory Alanka. So they have incentive scheme. They want to see how best the scheme is, and how to improve the shop floor productivity. So my colleagues are there in the shop floor. Generally, I also visit and do studies. Now, of course, discussion is going on. So basically, I am also industrial engineering consultant who goes to the shop floor and do the improvement, try to improve the industries. Also, we have other work like training, action research, and all. And you can see these are the different branches. We have industrial engineering, energy management, environment management, and other business. So we work as a consultants organization. We work with most of the government and PSUs. So almost all government department and all PSUs we are working. These are some of our international clients. Like for example, for Dubai government also we do some work. For World Bank, Asian Development Bank, APO organization we do work. And these are some of our clients, private clients, which we do the work. And in fact, I'm happy to tell you, even though you are a government organization, almost 60 to 70% of our revenue comes from private organization. So this is now coming to the sector of MSMEs. Why MSMEs are important? All of you know, sir, already you told me the figure. So my half of my work is done. So, so they are the backbone of Indian economy.
Sorry, I didn't see the exam paper before coming.
I should appreciate, sir. Instead of 45%, you use the 35%. Otherwise, you're almost close to all the figures. So they are the backbone of Indian economy. All of you know, without NBC, none of the big organization survives. Whether you take
what is very impressive with the exports
yes,
from the MSME.
yes. And sir, last is also important, 11 crore job after agriculture is it's somewhere in India, you know, they are a part of MSMEs. So, and sir also rightly told, we have around 7 to 8 crore MSMEs, but exact number actually we also don't know, because anybody can become MSME in India. You have one
trade also.
Sorry, sir.
Manufacturing and trade.
Yes, including.
Out of 11 crore, what will be rough manufacturing? Hello?
Sir,
Service
this is, employment.
I know that 11 crore employment. What will be roughly percentage of manufacturing?
45% of it maybe.
Maybe. No, I think service maybe we have. I think manufacturing is only high compared to, because even a cobbler, you know, if a cobbler, if he has 2-3% making shoes, he also become MSME. They are all, even you know, goldsmith, they are a part of MSMEs. So anybody can be
micro, many micro.
So, sir, MSMEs, we have MSMEs where you know they are monthly. I know MSMEs, we do audits or inspection for MSMEs where their annual turnover is 1 lakh rupees, 2,000 crores also they are MSMEs. So it's a vast area.
Very big.
Huge area, and we what's unimaginable how we can address their ideas, because MSME who is having 500 to 1,000 crore turnover, his objective or his focus area will be different. He wants government to intervene some other way compared to a MSME, like, you know, I want 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupee turnover MSME.
Problems also are quite different.
That problems are quite vast.
Thus, this 30% GDP includes services. It includes services.
Includes services.
Everything. Both the services
Service and manufacturing.
The revenue range is this big. Having a scheme to everyone is going to be very big.
Sir, sometimes I visit MSMEs, like it is just like you enter the MSMEs, the son and the father is running 2 machines and they have only a single chair and table.
Your cobbler example is beautiful. I was just thinking, time has come for the government of India to separate MS and ME. Because you cannot have the 2,000 crore along with that 22 lakh below.
Right.
Because the incentive scheme that you have, even for digitalization, is only 2 lakh per company. Which company we are talking about? Is it talking about the smallest to the largest?
Really talking about the
Micro and small, one bucket. And medium, the other one is
medium and small and medium. Medium and micro should be separate, and small and medium can be separate, because almost 90% to 92% will be micro.
Those are small and micro should be. I tell you.
The numbers are very
Small is 99 people is small. Yeah, 99 people is small. Sundaram Clayton and TVS Motor, not TVS Motor, but Sundaram Clayton is still considered under the medium. The tier 1 companies are still medium. So there's a little bit of a target audience problem, because all the marketing activities I notice, the exhibitions, is all related to how I can make a carpet or a weaving, promotion schemes. And never we talk about a gearbox or an engine, which is also a medium industry. So there is an anomaly, which I think the policymakers should look at. My suggestion. Otherwise, this will go on for another 40 years. What is it, 2047? And we still keep talking about MSME as one bucket. Cannot.
In fact, as you rightly told, maybe a month ago, we are having a discussion in India Industry Association. Rightly, they also told the same thing. All the schemes are not working for us. We have schemes for everybody in same bucket. I am medium and small. Somebody is micro. He is not at all. Those discussions are going on. But see, it is, so we are all government serving. Ultimately, it is the government who takes care of. But of course, your suggestions are well taken.
See, also from the perspective, the stage of evolution, what various industries in probably less than 5 crores turnover, 5 to 200 crores turnover, and like sir was mentioning,
5 to 200 also is very big slab.
Yeah, of course.
No, we had taken this up with Shobha Karanjale in one of the meetings in Pina.
Yeah.
And she was of the same opinion that definitely micro should be taken separately and focused upon, Because many are there in the
small and medium.
It's a great one thing, but
yeah,
it's a very common thing.
Just talking about digitalization for micro.
Correct.
Yeah, but also recently, a year back or so, the definitions of the government also changed.
Yeah.
It's the investment platform and the revenue platform.
Yes.
So it further accentuated the anomaly rather than reducing it. So there is something fundamentally, if you go and talk to an MSME and say, lean banado, they'll say, let me go and sort my bank problem first or my tax problem first. So you have a big challenge there.
Sometimes we
Target audience.
How to implement lean. If you have only one CNC machine and further runs in the first shift, second shift.
He's already lean. Or he's emaciated. Okay, I think we'll try to understand.
It's a good debate, but continue.
Yes. The next slide. So these are the major three focus area. The challenges which the MSMEs are facing. Of course, the credit gap is there. 30 lakh crore is the credit gap. That anyway, we have Ministry of Finance and all. We have some other schemes and which are working on the credit gap. And one more, the second most important is skill shortage. So any MSMEs you tell, sometimes many of the MSMEs, they don't work all the especially like CNC machines and all, because this is the heart of manufacturing. So they don't run the machines in all the ships because they don't have the skill manpower. That means a person who can actually run the machine or do some changes in the machine programming and all. This is very important. So we can tell we have job opportunities, but actually if you go to the MSMEs, they'll tell we lack the skill shortage. And then the third, but also the most important factor is low adoption of Industry 4.0 or any technology you can. Many MSMEs, or I'm telling most of the MSMEs, we are traditional MSMEs. So they don't know what production is. I have seen many MSMEs where we don't know exactly how many pieces he has produced yesterday. And the owner comes to see how much it was produced yesterday. There are MSMEs.
There is no concept of ERP. There is no concept of MIS.
There's no computer.
ERP is, or you are telling some other, I'm telling. People just, where is the production, production paper or register? It's not there. So how I know what has happened yesterday? Rightly, so if I don't have data, I don't know how to improve. What your operator has done yesterday, we don't know. Operator has done yesterday, we don't know. He counts the number. So, sir, in this way we cannot. We have a target of 2047 to become a developed nation.
Yes, Mudra loans has not helped. Is it the financing gap?
To some extent. But there are also a lot of
24%.
But now RBI is working on a new concept called as like UPI, which is Unified Payment Interface. They are creating a unified lending interface.
ULI.
So that is going to, I think, help solve that gap. Because one of the biggest challenges in micro loans is the cost of processing the loan itself is so high that you are not able to access that loan. So by making this ULI scheme, a lot of aggregation of data will happen, by virtue of which the credit worthiness of a small time, manufacturer will get established.
All this points to a point, just to comment on it, no need to debate it. Instead of fixing the problem, we are trying to fix some other problem. The root cause for MSME, they are highly healthy companies. And there are targets to issue micro loans. So we try to make them more dependent and we're increasing the debt. I don't know why we do that.
So sometimes I also feel actually, sir, we improved the MSMEs. We have so much schemes. For everything we have a scheme. For MSME, actually we are.
We only eliminate the waste. That's the first financial goal.
Correct.
Not feed more money to overcome that waste. I mean, it's visible, sir. Even father and son job shop, what you mentioned, we all agree. Much of waste.
So these are primarily the three major challenges which our MSMEs are facing: credit gap, skill shortage, and lack of technology adoption. Whether it is starting from the we don't have forget about lean or AI, Industry 4.0 or AI. Even the basic that many MSMEs they don't have the action register also. It is happening in North. Maybe it just go 10 kilometers away in Kenya. Many of the MSMEs are there. But we have very good MSMEs where already IT has been implemented. they know this CNC machine till 3 o'clock has produced this many number of good parts. That type of MSMEs are also there. So we are in a very, very dynamic situation. How to help the MSMEs? Where we don't have register and we have CNC machine linked with the ERP.
Sir, we have identified the challenges. Who is owning these challenges and addressing to resolve them?
The government of India in its own capacity, we have many schemes. We have many schemes and which we are trying to implement in the MSMEs. But if you ask me, 16 years of experience, I'll tell the biggest challenge is MSMEs don't know what is the scheme. Any of the MSMEs, they are not aware of any of the scheme.
Not informed.
Some of them, even, if I tell that there is an office like that, this office, you forgot about NPC, we have every districts, they have a district industry center where, all the MSME schemes are there. Or we have a major like Bangalore, we have DFO offices, MSME Industry, Trade. Many of them, they don't know that there is an office or there is a department called MSME.
But what effort we are putting to make them know?
So that I'll come in.
Today's call is ready.
This is one of the efforts. What we are all
I think probably this is the place where the associations like BCIC can actually play a very major role.
I think.
The awareness and one more is main challenge is documentation process, sir. Even a small mismatch of name or address or anything, the application stands rejected. It happens with both government as well as banks.
Maybe the time has come to reduce the number of schemes also. See, there is a Pareto principle. If you have 100 schemes, I have seen your brochure. By the time you read the 100th scheme, the year is over. So I think the top 3 schemes.
Even sir, like,
and the money should be distributed over less number of schemes. So money per scheme is more attractive.
Density is better.
The density, see, I don't want to jump into solutions, but it looks like an obvious solution. I think many of the MSME exhibitions and museums we attended, sorry, not museum, the exhibitions, expos and all. Always scheme presentations are about schemes. Why do we have so many schemes? Do we know which scheme is solving which problem?
Sir,
We have a list of problems and say this scheme is against this.
There are so many mutual funds.
Mr. Das, just one question. When you say schemes, what does it really mean?
Okay. So I think let's hear him. Maybe we are.
We'll have a Q&A.
Let him finish. We'll make the points and then otherwise
We are all getting.
he's got the solution in the coming slides.
Yeah. Okay.
so now why we should take a cluster-based approach? It is impossible. Whatever discussion we had, almost all of we are clear. It is impossible that we can put individual MSMEs and do the improvement. So it has to be a cluster-based approach. But a cluster-based approach, like to run a scheme. Okay, again, I'll tell you what is a scheme. So to run like any scheme, so we focus in one geographical area. Let us say we focus in Pune Industrial Estate or Bidadi or Kumbalgodu or Hubli, Belgaum, the major industrial hubs. We focus. Many times you will see that similar type of industries exist in the same geographical area. Like you go CNC machines, all India full of CNC machines. You go to Dobolapur and all, we have like textiles and all. There will be so many handlooms and all. Even though it comes under Ministry of Textile, but they can also enroll themselves as MSMEs. You go to Belgaum or you go to Shimoga, so many foundries. They're one of the best foundries in India. We are in these 2 locations we are having. So instead of targeting a simple MSMEs, we target this all together in this area. We'll try to implement. So this is what the meaning of cluster-based approach, and it is very effective. We have found it. It is very effective. Like like this time anyway, I'm going to share it. Like shared infrastructure, or you have process optimization and all. Then supply chain integration. Suppose government wants to make one a transportation hub. Where you will make hub? Okay, you can make in one center where MSMEs or even the big industries are nearby. So this is what the approach, and luckily we have more than 7,000 plus industrial clusters all over India. So maybe some are government recognized, some are not government recognized, some are private clusters. Even like a month or 2 months back, I was going to that Magni Road. So they are also full private. I never came across, but they are a full private person, some 15-20%, they formed a cluster. They try to register with the government of India as a private industrial cluster. Next time. So now, having said that, what will be our focus areas where the government of India can focus or where the government of India is focusing? So one is cluster development. Of course, we told to develop those clusters, whether it is like let us say in one area, let us say Kolhapur, you have leather industries and all. Either you want to improve how to improve those areas, or Belgaum or foundry industries, or so cluster-based approach we are taking, and we are trying to implement lean manufacturing, which we are doing since 2009, but the results are not good. Very openly, I'm sharing with you. Whatever government expectation or amount, the amount of budget for government of India is having, we are not able to use even let us say 10% of the budget to implement lean in the MSMEs, which is mostly funded by government of India. Okay. So then we have, of course, infrastructure upgradation and all. There are also different schemes are there. Okay, to how to upgrade the industries. Industry 4.0, government of India is also trying to implement Industry 4.0 in the bigger MSMEs or MSMEs which are eligible. Then self-reliance, of course, it is there. Innovation, innovative ecosystem. There are different prizes and all, which is sponsored by our MSMEs, Bangalore office. If they can give you more details. I don't know, based on innovation, they can register their innovations and get rewarded, or government of India is helping. Then the last is the capacity building. So many of you might have heard about the RAM scheme. So it is a scheme where under that scheme, actually 224 programs are being conducted all over Karnataka.
What is it called?
RAMs. Raising and raising and accelerating MSME performance. Raising and accelerating MSME performance scheme. It is called RAM scheme. So basically, this scheme is to make the MSMEs aware of the schemes. Our MSME don't know, and I should thank the government of Karnataka. The previous IAS officer, Dr. Mr. Patel, IAS, is now the commissioner of Bangalore. Mysore. So he has taken a very positive step. He was forcing that, okay, all the DICs should do minimum number of programs, and he was forcing literally to make the MSMEs understand that these are so many schemes are available for you. You can, of course, it is going on. By 31st of March, we'll come to know how many numbers of programs we have done. And these are being funded by, mostly by the, this is a beautiful program where government has already given the money to the states. What you spend by 31st March, you give it back if you don't spend. Generally, the opposite happens, but here it is in the other way it is happening. So these are the different areas on which we are government of India is working. Next slide. So then there are so now I can tell you that a scheme is nothing but it is initiative. It is the initiative, like this is how we can work it. So one initiative is a one scheme. So if you see the government of India, government of Karnataka website on the MSMEs, I think there are, as far as I know, there will be approximately 96 schemes available for the MSMEs, which has been compiled by, I think KPMG has compiled. It has been there in the website. But who cares? How many MSMEs really go to the MSME website and know that these are the schemes available? So I can tell you, sir, for MSMEs, we have scheme for everything. You have a project, the project gets approved. If it is a manufacturing project, I think up to 5 lakhs, government of India is giving subsidy or giving you loan to start up your factory. If it is subsidy, it is, I think, 3 lakhs. Or if you want to upgrade your existing machineries, for that also there is a scheme where already the government of India has listed some more than 850 machineries, including printers, desktops and all. If you are under the Z scheme and the your consultant tells you that, okay, you need to upgrade any of these listed items, up to 3 lakh subsidies is given by the Ministry of MSME. So like that, there are different tips. If you don't have ISO certificate, you want ISO certificate, for that there will be some consultancy charges. big companies can afford to get. Small, our MSMEs, we cannot get it. So for that also there is a scheme where, you can get it done by some consultant, and approximately 80% of the consulting fees of to get the ISO certificate will be reimbursed by the government of India. Like that, there are a lot of schemes. Even you want to showcase your product to some exhibitions and all. There is a fund where you're traveling and all will be reimbursed by a government of India. Sir, I'm telling you everything. For everything we have schemes, government of India, because unless until the MSMEs improve, neither we can, our cost competitiveness will never come. How much, like we are last week I was in HL, so almost 30 to 35% of their parts, whether it is our stages and all, it comes from the MSMEs. So ultimately, at least 35% of my cost, it is linked to the MSMEs. If I don't improve the competitiveness of the MSMEs, my cost cutting in the Tejas will never come down. Secondly, so many of you tell why already all the parts by the PSUs are being procured through L1. Correct. So but still there is a scope. Even the in L1 itself, we can implement so many things, lean or IoT and all. So there lies a lot of scope for us to improve the MSMEs. So for that, like government of India has taken various initiatives, like Atmanirbhar Bharat is one initiative. So under this scheme, like mandatory make in India products only you should make, or like many of the PSUs like Bangalore-based PSUs, HL, BHL, BML and all, they have to procure minimum 30% of the products from the MSMEs. So this is how government of India is forcing the bigger companies to help the MSMEs indirectly. Then of course we have a PM Vishwakarma project. This project, as I told you, this is what about that cobblers or artisans, where they can get funds or they can improve the technologies using this. This was last only 1.5 years back. Government of India is slowly trying to intervene in those areas also, because our scope is maybe micros. Instead there will be 1 crore or 2 crore person working. So unless until we improve those things, we cannot improve our whole sector. Then comes the RAM scheme, which already I told you. Generally, it is an initiative where a lot of focus is done, and it is not in districts. It is not in cities. It is in all the districts. They should do the programs equally. Then we have Make in India initiative. Then you have Udyog registration. This is very much important. Like for us, Aadhaar registration is like, for us everything is Aadhaar. If you want my son, if I want to get admission to the school, they want Aadhaar number. And like last year, my father-in-law passed away. He was in Bangalore only. So immediately my own neighbor told to get his Aadhaar number, because we have to book the crematorium based on Aadhaar number only. So Aadhaar has become the everything for us, and it has reduced many drawbacks or pilferages in the
also misuse also.
It has helped government of India in many ways. Now same concept government of India is trying for the MSMEs. Each MSME should have a unique number. This is what is called Udyog number. Generally, it is linked to the other number of the MA. So this is what is a simple way to tell. So by this, now sir was telling about 8 crore MSMEs, but how many are other?
They are only the ones which are registered.
Yes, it may be around.
This is actually even quite high.
It actually may be very high. 8 crore, 9 crore, 7 crore, some people will tell.
9 crore.
But other linked means Udyog registration, MSMEs may be around 8 crore or 1.5 crore we are having. Then we have credit support, Skill India Mission we are having, Prime Minister Employment Guarantee Scheme and the PLI schemes. These are the different schemes which government of India is taking over. The initiatives are taken by government of India in the few years. Next slide. Okay. So now after having this, I just wanted to focus on one of the most important scheme which most of the MSME should focus, especially the manufacturing MSMEs, MSME competitive lean scheme. There are many schemes which the short time we will not be able to tell you actually this scheme itself. It is a, if I want to explain a whole about the scheme, then it is the one session for us. Where MSMEs can participate. I'll take maximum 10 to 15 minutes of your time to tell you the basic of this scheme and how the schemes are helping the MSMEs. Next slide. So this scheme basically, this scheme, this you know already MSMEs they are catalyst for economic growth and all. So basically the scheme strives for reducing manufacturing costs, space management, effective utilization of resources in terms of man or machines or method, inventory management, and improved process flow. These are the basic areas which Government of India is trying since 2009 to implement those things in the MSMEs. Next slide. You can skip this slide. Next slide. So this is very common. So always know for MSMEs the increase in price, sale price we have to cannot increase the sale price, and increase in production volume also not possible. So the only option available for any of the manufacturing MSMEs is to reduce the cost. Ultimately, this is the scheme is working for that only. Next slide.
Increasing the production volume is possible.
Yes, it is possible. So for that, it implement
when you reduce, I think champion is sitting there.
These are my comments.
Okay, next slide.
Sometimes we forget what we have to say at the end.
So basically, most of you are industrial engineer, and you might be already knowing. So basically, we have all the 8 types of waste. So like defects, rubber production, or waiting, transportation, inventory, motion, and of course unutilized talent. So, but the 7 other than unutilized talent, the 7 wastes are happening in all the MSMEs, and also it is happening in the bigger companies. It is not the smaller, even the bigger companies are happening. But the bigger companies, no other than MSME, they have funds, they can hire consultants and all. But smaller companies, it is not possible. Next slide. So right now, the MSME competitive lean scheme, it is right now phase 1 is going on, where only in the manufacturing MSMEs it is being implemented. So who are eligible? Any MSMEs who are having a Udyog number doing some sort of manufacturing, not trading, they are eligible for the scheme. Also, the MSMEs which comes under MSME CDP schemes, they are also a part of it. Or MSME units which come under SFURTI scheme, they are also a part of that.
What does regeneration means?
Sorry, sir.
Regeneration.
Sir, like cobblers or that goldsmith.
Revival.
Okay. Region.
So as of now, the scheme is valid till 31st March 2026, but there is high scope the Government of India is going to extend the scheme for another 2-3 years. So basically, this scheme, it is a 3-level scheme. So level 1, level 2, 3, and level 3. Level 1 is basic, level 2 intermediate, level 3 is advanced. So level 1 is very easy. Where any MSME is using their Udyog number, it is must. Udyog number is must. He has to register in the scheme, and he can get basic certificates. Then comes intermediate and advanced phase, where actually the lean consultant they visit the MSMEs, they implement 5S Kaizen, the lean tools and techniques, and once it is implemented, then only certificate is issued to the MSMEs that okay, they have achieved the intermediate level or they achieved the advanced level. Next one. So this is the registration process, which right now it cannot be important for you. It is for the MSME registration. Once you register for the scheme, you get a unique lead ID. Then you take a lean pledge and undertaking, and then you start implementation of the scheme. Next slide. So how to? So Government of India has simplified many of the things. They made a single website like lean.msme.gov.in. This is a single website for the lean scheme. Only one website. You don't have to go to any other websites. And everybody, including me, including DA, MSME, DFO, or my head office sitting in Delhi, or Secretary MSME there, Secretary Office MSME, they have to log into the single website only to have it, to go even to do anything in the scheme. So if you come to the basic phase of the scheme, so with their Udyog number, any MSMEs can register themselves and they can log into this website. Then they get a password, and all with their password again they have to log in, and there will be so many videos are there. Each video around 15 to 25 minutes videos are there. They have to watch each of the videos to know what is basic of lead, what is the basic of lead manufacturing is. And once you complete all the videos, then only one option to write the exam is activated. Once you write the exam, you can write the exam n number of times. If you're just passing the exam, you get a certificate.
Just wanted one curious because of when we are targeting MSMEs, is this in English only or it also?
Right now it is in English only. Right now it is.
Because one of the feedback when we had an interaction with few people, I think just a lot of hesitation for people to even local English,
Yes.
local language.
Yes, as of now it is, even though it's a development.
Also, are you able to track how many people are actually daily average users and stuff like that?
Average, yes, we can track it. Daily we can download the Excel.
Okay, that is because you will really come to know the effectiveness because there is a lot of effort that is going in. So once you know how the usage is.
As of now, but see, as of now, if I think as of now, some 60,000 MSMEs might have registered out of 8 crore MSMEs.
That's good. It's not bad.
But sir, our government of India, they have target of 2 lakh crore and 2 crore.
60,000 is nice.
Go ahead.
Next slide. So next comes the intermediate phase, which is most crucial because anybody can watch some videos and we don't know what has happened, who has actually watched the videos and wrote the exam. Forget about this. This is the most crucial part which I want to your attention. So here it is not a single MSME, it is a cluster of MSMEs. Minimum 4 number of MSMEs to 10 number of MSMEs, they can come together in a geographical area. For example, 4 to 6, 10 number of MSMEs in Pinia or in Bidadi or in Tabulapura or in let us say Gumbalgodo. They can come together and give application to us telling that we have passed the basic phase. We want to hire a consultant to implement lean in our manufacturing. This is where our actual work comes. As long as we are doing basic, we see we never bother. Okay, but here is my work, or here is the work of my MSME office. On this scheme, this is how the work is. So in that group, in that 4 to 10 number MSME group, not necessary everybody will be doing the same type of work. Somebody may have CNC machine, somebody may have plastic injection molding, or somebody may have other things, but they should be in the manufacturing. In the previous scheme, they should do the same type of work where we faced problems. This time government will look at because anyway it is industrial engineering only. Not necessarily the industrial engineer cannot do work, cannot work together in foundry and CNC machine. So they waived off now. Any 10 manufacturing industries can come together. It's a 6-month duration phase. This 6-month duration, and it is 3 phases. So first is DSL preparation. We know actually what is happening in the MSMEs. Then in the next 4 months, the consultant tries to implement the basic lean manufacturing tools and techniques, and minimum 12 to 14 number of mandates. The consultant has to go to the MSMEs. We have an app. We track his whether he has really gone to that MSME or not, and then only his payment is linked to the performance of the so it
clarification is 12 to 14 mandates per MSME.
Per MSME. Oh. So in 6 mandate in 6 months, he has to go. It's almost a full-time job of a consultant. Almost, because if you take minimum 10, I'm telling, okay, minimum if you take minimum 4, okay, number of days is less. But if you take 10 MSMEs, you have to fully and many of them they are not able to complete. And this is linked to the implementation of lean. So the consultant gets paid if I am satisfied lean is implemented in the MSME. More than MSMEs, the consultant is worried for lean implementation.
So even they have to pay?
I'll come to that payment. Next slide. So this is also not how to form a GO is like it is a application comes to us. We can skip those slides and all. But it is a very easy process almost. It is almost online. Like, only thing is that we want to get a signature from all the MSMEs initially. This is the only thing where we face some problem. Like all the MSMEs together in PDF, they should in a common application format. This is the only issue we are facing. Otherwise, everything has been digitalized, including the payment to the consultant. Next slide. Okay. So now this is the financial assistance. So 90% subsidy on implementation cost of the consultant fees is given by for the MSMEs. So whatever the consultant charges, how much it charge, that will come in in my next slides. So 90% subsidy for the consultant fees is borne by Government of India, that is the initiative of MSMEs. Additional 5%, so already you are 90%, additional 5% subsidy is given in case you are a part of the industry association or OEM, or you are a part, your MSME is owned by women SCST, or it's located in North of India, which is we are not giving. Now, what is industry association? Let us say the application comes from BCIC, telling that these are my 10 MSMEs. So they want to be a part of the scheme. So instead of 90%, Government of India will give 95% benefit once completion of the scheme, because some effort is taken there by the associations or OEM. For example, any big OEM, all the 5 MSMEs are selling a product to the yes. So for them also, or if women association own MSMEs also, and in addition to that, 5,000 per MSME is given to the OEM or the association after completion of all the changes as a token of appreciation, because they make some initiative. As I told you, award. The amount may be very less, but okay. But some, because they have, otherwise individually it is not possible. I cannot go to 1,500 or 50,000 MSMEs in PDA and sell this scheme. Correct? It is not possible, and they will ask 100 questions. Why this, that? I want government to. If government don't let them no, give me free electricity, I can save money. All these things will be going on. GST waiver things. Okay. So, but things will not work in this segment.
But somewhere you said that 60% of your revenue comes from private MSMEs. So how does that happen if 90%?
Madam, that you don't. It's totally about NPC. See, as a NPC, we have different work. In this scheme is one of the work which we are doing.
Only one question I have is OEM. How many OEM partnerships have become successful through OEM going to the cluster? That is one of the earlier concepts of BCIC promoted in the manufacturing committee, the hub and spoke model through OEM.
If you ask me from Bangalore point of view, as of now, as under my
nationally.
Nationally, I am not there, but I can tell you out of 20 GOEs what we have formed, probably 2 or 3 are from OEM or association. That's very sad. Others are, somehow it is formed.
The most successful feasibility, in my opinion, and I can prove it also. Dr. Devarajan is on the call. He did that many work on that. How this fund can be channelized. The 95 schemes are added together. The total amount of all the subsidies can be a very lump sum. Assuming any one category of industry, service or not. And then it will be channelized with a credible OEM. Because today, most of the MSMEs are nothing but tier 2, tier 3 companies and the OEM. Yes, correct. Yes. Very rarely a branded product being produced for the export industry or for other industries. Unless you're talking about the carpets and other thing. That's a different, tiny sector. I'm talking about the reasonable, small and medium sector.
So for example, in which case, for example, like Hosur, even though Hosur, it comes in Tamil Nadu, but because of proximity, they given that work to me. So it comes under Bangalore. So like only one single email from Precall, I think you might be doing there. To their MSMEs, in 15 days, we are able to form a GOE. Whether it takes, it takes months or years together to form a single.
No, the low-hanging fruits, sir, I'm telling you.
They are what you directly told, sir. If OEM or industry associations are involved, we can do wonders in this case.
Bangalore Chamber sincere advice to MPC. MPC will be to go after the OEMs. Because we have advocated this many times. Because most of our members are OEMs. Be it the Bosch or the Tata or the Toyota, Mahindra, or whatever. Just a thought.
Yes, even I was speaking.
You wanted action points after this meeting. This can be part as one.
In the previous scheme, not 2020, even the scheme was running in, in 2013 to 19, it was running. At the end of the scheme, I was having a discussion with Bosch. So that time the Bosch was telling that if you tell me tomorrow all the person will come with their signature seal, I can form with you. He was telling. So this is the power of OE, sir. But sadly, by that time the scheme was ended, we could not. They could not participate in the scheme. Okay. But this is that scheme. So now, next slide. Okay, this we can skip. This is the nitty-gritty of the scheme, how it is controlled. 6 months grant will be given in case consultant is not able to. Next slide. Now we can go. Okay. So this scheme, as I told you, this is also linked to another scheme which is called the ZED scheme, zero effect, zero defect scheme, where there, if you avail the MSME company lean scheme, the many of the parameters in the Z scheme, it gets eliminated. Okay. So next slide. And this what I told you is about 6 months. Now, once they complete the 6 months implementation of basic 5S Kaizen and all, the MSME will go for advanced level where for 1 year government of India is going to support. So instead of 12 to 14 number of mandates, it is for 24 to 20 number of mandates. A consultant will come and implement the MSMEs. It is just from intermediate simple lead tools and techniques to advanced lead tools and techniques we are implementing. So totally, if you tell 2 months approximately it takes for basic, 6 months for intermediate phase, 5 years Kaizen and all we try to implement, and then 12 months. So totally it is a 18 to 20 months project where a MSME is ensured the consultant will come to his premise on a regular basis and implement lead tools and techniques. Next slide.
And is it compulsory to go through the third phase? Somebody has finished the second phase, or it is optional?
Optional. Even many of the MSMEs, they do basic, after that they told, okay, we don't track the MSME.
This filter will always happen.
Yes, filter is there. Okay, so next slide. Individual MSMEs, you get e-certificate and all basic fees, and keep on keeps the slides. So now who can become a consultant? That we have some like a minimum 10 years of experience he should have, then minimum 4 to 10 number of MSMEs. And this appointment of consultant, it is by a bidding process. But this bidding process is not like other government bidding process where we go by L1. Here, 70% weightage is given on the technical criteria of the consultant, and 30% is weightage is given for the financial criteria. So even though a consultant who quotes more can become the L1 in this bidding process.
So your technical qualification and commercial qualification.
Yes, yes. And so this appointment consultant, it is done by a 3-member committee, the nodal officer, MSME DFO office, that MSME office, and implementing agency, which is NPC. So the nodal officer is, if you can see in the slide, is nothing but one of the MSMEs. So one of the MSMEs is given, one of the MSMEs will act as a nodal officer. He will be at par with NPC, or he can give equal marks to select the consultant. So that much power has been given to the nodal officer, that means one of the MSME owner. Next slide. This slide you can skip, sir. We'll directly go to the financial slides. So there are many like Quality Council of India and PC, Minister of MSME is involved. There are many stakeholders in that. Now comes the financial things. So this is the most important slide. So basic level is free. Any MSME can get the certificate without spending even a single rupee. Then comes the intermediate phase, where a consultant can charge maximum 1.2 lakhs plus GST, plus 80% GST per MSME. So if you are having 10 MSMEs, a consultant can bid 1.2 lakhs into 10, 12 lakhs is the maximum amount a consultant can bid plus GST for implementation of lead for 6 months. Okay. And if it is advanced stage, it is 2.4 lakhs, so 24 lakhs for 10 MSMEs for a period of 1 year. Now, as I told you, 90% subsidy is given by Government of India. That means out of 1.2 lakhs per MSME, he has to spend, one MSME has to spend only some maximum 12,000 rupees plus GST by paying, that is the maximum amount, by paying a fees of 12,000 or less of that. Generally, no consultant bids the highest we have seen. Generally, they quote around 10,000 rupees, 11,000 rupees per MSME. So by spending that amount, let us say for 6 months, the MSME is ensured that one consultant is coming to his premise on a regular basis and he is implementing lean, and he will be given some targets. Okay, like let us say my inventory turnover ratio is this much. Is it possible to reduce? I'm not telling we should be, we are very much concerned about achieving the goals, but at least the basic lead tools and like 5S has been implemented, or color coding has been done or not. sorting of non-moving items and moving basic lead tools and techniques has to be implemented. Then only the fees of the consultant is lead. So consultant is very much bothered about implementation of lead more than the MSME. And then once you implement the there are 3 stages where the payment of the consultant is given. Now, next question which all of you may ask me that okay, the MSMEs are paying 12,000 rupees. How much profit they can get? That means not profit, how much savings they can get. Sir, last week I was in Bangalore. For 10 MSMEs, we have done the audit. For 10 MSMEs, myself and one MSME officer from Hubli, we have done the audit. So the GOV started for some 9 months back, the competitive thing. The MSME owner has told us average 4 to 5 lakhs of savings. Yes, 4 to 5 lakhs of savings just by paying a fees of 10 to 12,000 rupees. That is only for a period of 6 months. Now they are going to enroll for the advanced fees. So this is the amount of savings one MSME can get. Only thing, the MSME should be serious because see, consultant cannot come and do 5S. He can only tell you. Like we can tell, okay, you do a kitting system. If you do have the breakdown, if you do the PM, you already before the result, you arrange the tools. So for you go and remove these things. And he can guide you, but it has to be implemented. If companies are serious, we can do wonders in that. And I'm telling you, like that, we have clusters and all. Here also minimum, it is almost 10 times what they are paying the fees if the MSMEs are serious in a period of 6 months. Because many MSMEs, they'll keep some old stocks and all which never running. They'll be keep on increase their space or just by introducing just some change in the programming. The consultant will come, will do a time study. You will see okay how the programming each of them. Some simple change, some 30 seconds to if he brings down the programming to 27 seconds, straight away he can get 10% more production. But these things our MSMEs don't know. So this is what our government of India is looking into it.
And this is around 12 days average of to each MSME.
Each MSME.
10 to 14, so 12 days in a 6 months time. We're talking about 2 days a month. 1 day every fortnight. I think it's a very reasonable approach.
And see, we don't
the effort to.
We don't tell the consultant that you go for a full day. We tell the consultant you go half day every week. It is more effective compared to going for a full day.
Effort wise, I'm saying.
And he is the consultant. Consultant is being monitored by app. So the consultant has to go and he has to starting himself. He has to take a picture in the app. So we track okay how many hours he is gone in the MSMEs, but we are not so much stringent because ultimately, it is the savings we see, how much savings he has done. So in brief, this is what the.
What is the
Then an audit also happens after they finish their. That's what.
Yes.
After they finish their module, then you go and audit it.
We go and do the audit. So how the consultant fees is there that initially they go and give a initial report about the 10 MSMEs. So with that we release some 20% amount of the consulting fees because he has to go, he has to spend his own money, he has to spend his petrol and to go to the MSME. Sometimes he himself print the kits and all because otherwise they don't. All these things are going on MSMEs. Because MSME they don't do. And so 20% after another 2 months, once some sort of basic fibers has been done, some sorting has been done, at least yellow marking has been done, SOPs has been there, and not. That time we do one more audit. We release another 30% of the consulting fees, and finally the pending 50% is paid only when one official from NPC and one official from MSME office. They will go. They'll physically go. They'll verify. If they're satisfied, then only the rest 50% amount of the.
So what is the success rate and like how does it link to the consultancy fee as well? Like if that consultant is like 80% success in his work, then what is the process?
But to be frank, we are not that much sticker because it is not like you have to make a building. All the floors are there, all the windows are there. We just tick out the windows, and this window is not there. We know one window cost and also the deduct his fees. No. So we look into overall, okay, in what extent he has given and how satisfied. Many times consultants are not able to, but we see at least, some 67, not 60, some 80 to 90%, more than 75% if he is able to fulfill the achievements, make some progress, his fees is full.
And have you defined the success parameters?
It depends. It is like that's myself
I think it's more from an encouragement and getting on board.
Right now, subjective and judgmental.
Things moving.
Judgmental, yes. To any extent it is because initially that the consultant will think that now the inventory turnover ratio is 4, I'll increase to 4.5, but it may not happen because sometimes what will happen, the business may change. He may get some order where he is forced to keep some inventory because if tier 1 or tier 2 might have told him. This happens. So in fact, instead of increase, it may decrease. But this doesn't mean that my consultant
Overcome the tariff problems. To overcome the tariff problems, just to keep the inventory ready.
So, or
Inventory is directly
Just
to Trump's policies.
sometimes it will happen that the one critical product that has become previously its share was less. Now the critical product, his production has increased and it has more defects. So overall defects may increase in damage. It also technically happen, but this doesn't mean the consultant has not worked. So these technical problem we understand. And we try to, as much as possible, we push the consultant, we get it done. Because see, as I told you, madam, sir, many of the MSMEs, we don't have a register. At least by implementing lean, if he is having a register, he is able to daily track this CNC machine has produced this many good products. This is what my next target for the month is. This is
They have better control of the business.
Yes.
You have to first register, then I have open a register.
But
So Udyog register has to happen first. Not in the light way. Serious.
MSMEs do not like change. Like a lot of MSMEs do not like change. What we have experienced as merchant bankers and investment bankers. So how does the consultant actually pursue them to actually change the?
This is the these are the consultancies.
Sir,
The whole consultancy.
I'll just add on.
It will take we even get the MSME on board to change their.
Madam, I see you looking to in other angle, madam. We are only those MSMEs who want to implement lean. We are not going to any MSMEs.
Intrinsic motivation.
Already you have done the basic, you know the lean, you understood that only you are coming to. So it is not that simply I'm telling you from the road to somebody MSME, you go and implement lean.
But
if he is interested, then only we are telling them you go.
I have some 4 or 5 small queries. I'm also the consultant and auditor.
Yes.
I was waiting for that slide. You answered that question,
Okay.
but not completely answered. Maybe off the line we'll discuss. Z, this question, what she asked, the question came in even in Z. What is the incentive government of India gives for the companies who are adopting this, or what is the discouragement they give for people who don't? For example, Z. If a company gets Z certification, they get loan some lesser percentage. There has to be some carrot and stick. Otherwise, right, because it's a final carrot. No, it's a national problem. They may tell, I don't want lean. So how do we catch these fellows and make them do it?
Sir, even though it is a crime, only the government people all are from private. We are trying from our, we are telling them, it's like not yesterday. Last Saturday, we had a heated argument with the HL officials. I am telling, why don't you tell at least, why you don't a letter goes from your MD telling that all my MSME is vendor. They told, no, we cannot do this, that. So we are trying now. Actually, the discussion is there in secretary level in, Ministry of Defense or Ministry of Heavy Industries and all, that companies should avail those schemes. But, in India, forcing a thing, we are a free nation, forcing a thing.
Instead of forcing, sir, if you do like this, you will get priority in, say, OEM orders, example.
Priority is the biggest problem. See, sir, in India, everything is controlled by GFR. General Financial Rule of 2017. So we cannot break that rule. That is the mother of all financial transactions. So if any MSME comes with lowest price, the order has to go to him. Now, whether he has Z or lean certificate, it is not there. But we are going to add some benefits in the GEM portal and all. That if you may get some preferential points and all.
Some points.
But
that will help. Otherwise,
right?
It can be incorporated in the contract. Any contract that is being given, anyone subject to these qualifications are there. Then you will at least have a thing. And you can say implementation period of a year or 2 or whatever. And then at least force people
reason the government sector to start coming forward.
Correct, sir. That's why I am very happy with the private sector. One letter goes from the OEM, which is through. Nothing. Tomorrow a letter goes from any of letters. I told you, from Precon in Hosur. For letter went within 15 days, we are able to form a GOE. Whether in government sector, till we are trying for last 1 year, how to enroll the MSMEs of HL or,
Sir, on the same token, it is not only initial fiat saying that OEM galvanizing and then GOE happens, the Bosch example you gave. HAL is bound by certain public sector. Yes. So, but coming to the same point again and again, sir has got many more points. He is going to come then. I come back to the same old theory that the motivation, as he rightly pointed, not only at the end called the incentive for further benefits like ISO earlier had. Unless you had ISO, you cannot even export 20 years back. And Manmohan Singh ji started the lean.
Yes.
At that time, Dr. Krishnamurthy was the helm of affairs, driving the lean. He's no more, the BHL Krishnamurthy. Then the ZED came, old wine in new bottle. Environment also was protein. But you can't do 5 years inside on shop floor. Why are you going to bother about environment? So main point is only the OEM can drive even the motivation to implement by the consultant. So it has to be a tripartite arrangement.
I fully agree. There's
somewhere I saw the word tripartite, I didn't understand. The OEM, like Tata Motor, TVS, or even the tier 1 OEM. See, there is a tier 1 of the OEM, Sundaram Clayton, right? Need not be the OEM, which makes the vehicle. It can be a large corporation, 5,000 crore company called Sundaram Clayton, or Lucas TVS, or Anand Group, Gabriel, Sona Steering, whatever. And that person has got 100 MSMEs under him.
Okay.
Some are slightly medium, some are small. Yeah. I just complete this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just complete this point because all my points I wrote are linked to only one point. As I rightly said, the motivation to implement, we cannot be goading the consultant, nor we can be goading the, as lady said, we cannot be goading the MSME also. It has to be inherent motivation that, which can happen only with OEM says, if the quality is not met. I know it's National Productivity Council, but productivity is also a reflection of quality and vice versa, right? And NQC you have at the highest level, right? Which is also driving the same thing. And when the quality is not level, then the certificate cannot be given. Followed by productivity and other things. One presentation I made the highest level, that the OEE can be the only measure even for the smallest company having one machine with father and one machine with son, you said. It covers the quality, it covers the productivity, it also covers availability. And bank interest is so high in this country. So if we can make the OEE excellent, which is right now abysmal, it's only 35%, even in large corporations, not to speak of MSME, maybe even 20%. Global average is 65%. With digital, they're expecting 85%. But when the basic is so low, don't do digital, right? So concluding is the OEM and the subordinate OEM, tier 1, has to drive this project if you really want to make it successful. We have been talking from 2004, I think, the first lean, then came the ZED. After 25 years, we have the same thing. Means there is a root cause, not a target.
You're right.
The motivation has to be the root cause. The driver has to be the OEM because he is answerable for the final car quality. If the component quality is not achieved, nobody can sell the car. Leave alone the export product or whatever it is. That's the only thing you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just actually echoing what you were saying, but my experience has been that many companies have the OEMs, so to say, have something called a supplier guiding principle. So, wherein you are not just looking at L1, like you said that if you're an L1, then, all the things become secondary. But the first and primary important thing is, are you adhering to the supplier guiding principle or not? There are some, and you have to, one has to, that is the responsibility of the OEM. Because if you are a large organization, and we have seen, there have been episodes where large branded companies were sourcing from Bangladesh and there was fire and eventually they had to take responsibility. Because they were not adhering. Just by outsourcing it to somebody, it doesn't mean that you are absolving yourself from, the way the things operate in upstream of your supply chain. So I think this supplier guiding principle is applicable not just to tier 1 supplier, but tier 2 supplier as well.
Fair change.
So hence it is important, that not just L1 becomes a criteria. L1 becomes a criteria if you pass the filter of whether you are adhering to those guidelines or not in the first place.
Especially we want to export 50%. We should meet the international norms. There cannot be an option that I will not do it.
50% is phenomenal.
Very true.
So this is one, I think.
I think from the chamber side, why don't we invite the OEs which are there as a member of BCIC and have a separate session with them?
Sometimes it's a Genji Gemba.
Let's lead the change, sir.
We may have to go to his office. Tell you why. Sometimes what happens is after our coffee tea, which comes very soon, it doesn't happen. I didn't have the samosa. We make a serious point after the joke.
He knows everything. He knows the menu also. What is coming?
After the joke was asked.
Actually,
After the joke, the serious point comes. As sir said and sir said, the driving factor can neither be the consultant nor the MSME owner. There has to be another overarching driving factor, which is the country's national quality level, the OE of the equipment utilization, which is abysmal today, and they are paying through the nose to the banker. Because we know the breakdown in the machines are so high. And you're trying to do condition monitoring through IoT. Machine spindle is bad here. You can't even censor, it don't work here. So I think first of all, we have to separate that micro and the medium.
Correct.
They're too big a gap. That's the first root cause in my opinion. After doing that, the set of problems of the micro are different from the set of problems of the small, which are different from the set of problems of the medium, which is different from the OEM, the large. And then the driving factor is to come from above. No one is making a branded product other than the carpets and woven fabrics, etc. All others are engineered products. 70% of the Indian industry driven by automobile industry, followed by aerospace, power generation, etc. So where is the question of OEM not driving it? I cannot see that. Other solution.
And his example, HL was not giving.
No, HL, see, the problem is, in that meeting, we should be there, sir. Our aerospace committee, Mr. Rakesh, if he goes and sits in that meeting, we will be able to convince the HLs. Because the point is, the combined weightage of quality, technology, and the price is already done by China 30 years back. They call it L1 T1. And there is a very small fine print, which Indian government tried to introduce in defense procurement. You can see the big document of defense procurement. It is somewhere there. Now the ChatGPT can search and find out whether it is a 456 page or something. But the point is L1, T1, Q1, all these have to be one single weightage. Not iske baad mein filter it, then the one packet comes, put it in this window, another packet. I was struggling. We both were in one company where we were handling public sector. One envelope, we have to seal it carefully. It goes there once window. That is only technical. After he opens, then 10 days later, he will call.
Still bidding, sir.
You've done all that. And now we do electronically. It's the same thing with 10 days gap. So I think this combined weightage is more important when it comes to public sector. Even large corporate like Tata Motor and Toyota, they do tendering. They are not doing just normal, okay, very good quality. I give no. They have a 3, L1, L2, L3. Then they may give the order to L2 and L3, but make him meet the L1 price, etc. I've done it in Mahindra, where they take the 3 quotes. Finally, L3 has to match the L1, but he gets the order. That is high quality. Quality is the number one, sir. MSMEs cannot continue to do the same game of ignoring quality, and productivity is, is two sides of the same coin. It's nothing different.
Sir, I have on my side last point. I don't know, this forum, many people, we all understood BCIC also. Many MSMEs are not aware of the schemes. I've been there in the system now for too many years now. Like how earlier there was a statement made by a Prime Minister, out of 100 rupees, what a beneficiary should get, only 5 rupees was reaching. That was a statement made in Parliament.
Yes.
Now we are made into direct beneficiary, maybe a percentage much higher. Similarly, even these benefits, it has to reach the industry in a proper way. If you attempt one benefit, some benefit, if you apply through, it has got too many channels it goes through.
Make it DBT.
They make it very transparent. As of now, sorry to say, it has go through so many mails, and I know what happened, which I cannot tell in this table. But so nobody is encouraged in availing any of the schemes. They know, sir, who want to attend, sir, it has to go through so. Why it can't be more transparent and direct transfer to the beneficiary? I mean, I know this is a serious point. Unless we do that, 101 schemes we may announce, but nobody is interested in taking because they are afraid of the nail. Make it clear.
It is only the people.
I know, we know it. We know who are the people also, but why not make it more transparent? I apply online. Now everything is there. Udyam is there. Somebody can come and audit. Why to go through stable. He has to approve. It will come to him. Then I will take from him. Why not? Why it cannot come to my company directly?
An AI agent is coming to
the elephant in the room. Unless that elephant is sorted out, all the scheme, nobody will be interested in applying.
And the other elephant is, do we need 101 schemes?
Exactly.
That I hope is an action point for you to take over, sir.
I know.
We have many action points, but he has one action.
In fact, that
Too many schemes.
there are considerable actions has been taken. I have to combine.
Good, sir. We hope that happens, sir. If it happens.
Now, sir, I will tell you that that especially this lean and Z scheme. Z, unless until you procure something and you don't upload all the documents, it becomes, or otherwise these schemes and all, it is like, not that much complication is there. Suppose if a consultant does the work, he fills it online, and consultant report also, no report he has to send me or to MSME office by hard copy. It is only online he has to fill.
Excellent.
This has been done.
The improvement is made fantastic. Excellent.
Already
Excellent.
we have taken
This scheme.
in this scheme. But there is no hard copy. If you ask where is the scheme, somebody have to open my laptop and say, these are the consultant, these are the engineer. We don't have hard copies.
So in the consultant fees, when you are approving, the MSMEs who are actually got benefited, there is no either saying yes, this activity has been done. I mean, it's like a renewal of the activity or audit is done by them, but who actually
there is a champion. They may be countersigning off, no?
No, I don't. That's what
Generally, what is happening whenever we go for the audit, suppose first audit you leave it, that is second audit onwards, the MSME owner from his email, he has to send an email to me telling that I am satisfied with the progress as of now. These things has been last half. So he has to send it to me, but not by letter and all, simple from his email ID. So about 10 ME says that 10 letter we make as a PDF. So when I'm approving, when I'm sending it to my higher official for sir, this cluster is sold, so it is attached to them. We can see.
The records are there. It is database. Do we have when he started off? What is the productivity? What after he finishes?
Yes, it is there. It is
or just that a general mail will do.
Audit.
No. When the consultant is going to the MSMEs, first he has
initial audit.
Yeah, initially he has to tell, okay, last 6 months, this is the sales, this is the cost, so this is the productivity index, this is the number of products has been sold, and this is the defect, so this is the defect percentage, this is the OE of the machines, not all the machines, at least 1 or 2 critical machines. This is the
bottleneck machine is solved. The entire line is happy.
Like that, he has to make, as I told you, we are not very stringent that, okay, he has made in 6 months, because we know it's very, very difficult.
I'll give one example because we have similar ones we have also tried out in our AS designers through CII EPM cluster. And as you rightly said, we are trying to push, like OEMs have to push this kind of things.
TPM cluster.
But unfortunately, buck stops that you can take the horse to the water, but it cannot come and make it drink. Beyond the point, we found, in fact, we ourselves paid the fees to the CII TPM cluster. Out of the 10 suppliers we looked at, 3 really got changed by them. So 7 still transformation. But still, it's an effort which we have to do continuously. And I think with the NPC coming in, this is really going to. I'm open for them. I'm openly declaring that tomorrow itself we are looking at a group of enterprises. What you're saying, we'll send, and we'll invite you to.
It's a fantastic cluster they have, machine tool industry. And they are all geographically in one place.
2040 under machine tool industry, they might have availed those schemes. I am not.
Is there nothing wrong? Continual improvement process. Again, they can go because it's a continual improvement process. One is a brushing up. New employees might have come, management have changed, etc. This is one issue, sir. The other issue is the motivational factors, KPIs, cannot be only on the end result. The end result also requires
KPI.
Because process KPI. Thank you, sir. Process KPI and result KPI, as Masaki Imai says, very, very important. So even if the model is not yet done, I think we can guide you. The Toyota is a great champion on that. I think the consultant should have fulfilled many process KPIs. He cannot be punished on the result KPI because
It's not completely innocent.
the reason is then if they go hand in glove, sorry to use the word, hand in hand is the better one. Then you will have a problem. The consultant is scratching the back of this and the other way around. I'm sorry, consultant may be here, but that will never happen. If you do process KPI and then ensure that result KPI, because he's got order may not come. He may not get the order from Israel or whatever. So there are many things affect the result KPI. I think consultant should measure on what effort he is putting. There are ways of measuring.
Generally, sir, as you know, basically we focus on 5S and Kaizen. I feel that if MSMEs are focusing on 5S implementation and Kaizen on each of the 7 issues, it's no wonder in the
wonders
in the MSME. I have seen only thing our MSME should believe
Yes.
For the consultant thing, because then we cannot neither the consultant nor the
They believe so.
so we can do wonders if we get a good consultant.
They believe so.
So this is sustainable. This becomes a new normal, or what happens? Improvement in productivity or reduction in cost. Yeah, how does one check this? I mean, is it a single spike and then you fall back?
See, sir, that's why, sir, now after 6 months, what has happened? That we really don't know, but that's why government is India of this scheme is for 18 months. So we try to build a culture of, to do 5 years and Kaizen. Otherwise, it can be 1 month, 2 months also. So that's why government of India is taking, spending so much money. Like per GOE, at least 36 lakhs, government of India is ready to spend. Budget is there. Whether by MSME stamps or not, that is separate.
What is the number of minimum companies?
4.
4 to 10.
4 to 10. Sometimes the consultant may not be interested because there is so much. Or 10 is, I think it is sufficient for a consultant.
How does an industrial body register for this particular? So we've got MSMEs, right? We've got we'll facilitate. What will be the process? We just have to do it online, or
it is completely online.
Even the industrial bodies.
Yes, it's also industrial. In the same that lead not MSME, there is the option. Like now on BCIC has to, because see, once I get application, I should know whether the really it came from BCIC or not. So there is an option where BCIC has to get registered, and they have to, and when the MSMEs are registering, they have to link. They have to, once BCIC register, it will show that OEM. So they that.
We can encourage those MSMEs to become members of the BCIC.
Actually, there are certain points which I have noted, as action points, for us. I think this is one important one, BCIC registration. Second is, we'll try to motivate our MSME members to join this. Third is, like I mentioned, the OEs, within BCIC. Let's invite them for a discussion. Like sir told, let's go to, their office or do it. Or if we are able to, gather more people over here.
Just not insisting on it. I'm just saying.
The idea is, get the maximum numbers. So whenever they're comfortable, we'll bring them here. Where is the office of NPC?
It is in Sheshadripuram. Okay. But since instead of going to our office, I'll send it because everybody knows your office.
We'll do it here.
For us to do the.
I think next 1 month time, we'll finish these 3 activities so that we can guarantee from us.
There is just a couple of more sessions. The assessment of again, I come back to the assessment issue of the consultant or the final end game, namely the industry person, should be done by the respective OEM. Right? When the assessment is done, satisfaction index is given on effort KPIs and result KPIs is done process and result by the OEM, then the credibility is attached to that. The government of India can also channelize the funding to the OEM, which we presented to Nirmala Sitharaman 3 years back, right? In another context. We call it a hub and spoke model. The hub and spoke and the cluster program, you bring it together and then add up all the subsidies together as a bigger amount, not 1 lakh, 2 lakh here and there, it's just frittered away. And the administrative load on you is enormous. You need 100 people.
Doing that.
If I come to Seshadripuram, I can see some 100 files on there. I'll be there. Right?
Can we make a white paper and something?
We can do that. It's not a problem. But I'm saying previous white paper, we can call back and do that. But I think now the assessments seem to be a bottleneck because that if they don't motivate neither of the two groups, namely the consultant or the thing, this scheme will continue for another 40 years with success. Motivation between the two is the biggest issue, and to benefit of who? The entire chain going up to the vehicle manufacturer or the aircraft manufacturer, as the case may be. HAL problem can be easily solved. That is, public sector will lap it up much better than the private sector, I'm telling you. Because there are many good people we meet and they are very, very gung-ho on this subject.
That we are also hoping, already it has been spoken in the administration is going on, that PSU should force, means I'm not sorry to use the force, but should motivate.
They will galvanize.
That, because 1 letter is enough. Like I told you, even especially the shipbuilding industry, like Kochi shipyard. I was surprised. I was some 2-3 months back. I was in Kochi shipyard. So at least some 350 MSMEs are there in Karnataka who are supplying part to Kochi shipyard. So I was, where is Kochi, and our MSMEs are supporting supplying parts to. So if the public OEM and with the support from the public sector, if they're serious, we can do wonder in this scheme.
It's really the 2:10 ratio of 2 OEMs and 10 associations.
As of now, if you ask me statistics, I'll tell that there are in India, as of now, we have formed approximately 400 GOEs. So 400 GOEs means how much?
4,500 only, 4,000.
4,000 maximum, maybe 3,500, something like that. The MSME.
Majority are associations, I suppose.
MSME says are willing
Associations.
the scheme, whether our target is.
No, nothing wrong with association, but then for them to be able to monitor the program and assess the program, they have to again form a small task force to do that. So that is again a spin-off.
And OE is automatically motivated to amend.
He's got the real intrinsic motivation. He has to get the quality from those. And why 4? He will say, I want 10 people in the cluster because many people are participating.
The results, sir, we have seen very good results. Sometimes it happens that 1 or 2 clusters cannot work, some reason and all. Sometimes we found that maybe there was a problem with the consultant and all. But if a good cluster we got, if a GU we are able to form and we are able to get a good consultant and all, sir, we can do that. So I told him minimum 10 to 20 times in 6 months. He himself will declare. Owner of the MSME will declare these are the profit.
I had one question. So we touched upon clusters as growth engine. So is tier 2 cities considered to be, become
as of now? That's why I told you, sir, this is driven by the consultants. Now, sometimes it happens that, for example, in Hubli, we are trying to form a GOE, but I am not able to get a good consultant who can see. I cannot just like that happen.
He has to be in the location.
Yeah, otherwise, it's not possible. See, somebody in Bangalore, if I tell him, sir, I cannot go to Hubli and stay for 6 months. It's true. So generally, at least if not Hubli, at least I should get somewhere nearby within areas of
I can one point from my side because I have to log off. Definitely we'll ask our OEM supplier tier 1 to definitely take it up with you, like what we have done for Precall or other people also. I think it's a good scheme. Only thing is we need to ensure that constant communication is there. And one more point is if we can bring out some good case studies, we can bring all our MSMEs in our BCIC and share it with them. Any good study, whatever methodology you have, we can share. So we can bring it to all our MSMEs and then see how we can enroll there itself in a meeting. That we can arrange.
So the other point.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. I need to log off because another meeting is there. Thank you.
Thank you, Darwaza. They're going to come to you as an OEM. Now, the Hubli problem, which you mentioned, is a real life issue because there are more MSMEs in district markets and upcountry like Aurangabad, Nashik, Hubli, Kolhapur, Sholapur, Ludhiana, Vagera. So the sir's point is an excellent point that is have to be addressed. If the consultant are not there, the best industrialists in that place, we go to Belgaum and other places, are excellent people, industries, Ashok Kayan and all, retired people. You create a kind of a training of trainer or training of the faculty development program and ensure that they accept this consultancy in a very wholehearted manner.
That was also.
You would have done something. Okay.
At least in Bangalore, we have done 3 programs. At least 67 consultants we have trained, but we don't actually see.
But no, not the Bangalore consultant. I'm saying the consultants who live there already.
They are also. Sometimes they come to Bangalore, or we have 1 program hybrid we have done, and some 2 programs we have done offline. But sometimes they are not. That's what they tell you. Who will go to
That's where our Secretary General is creating a new scheme, which you'll just talk 30 seconds on it, and then later on in the manufacturing committee, they will debate this. You just want to
go to that. I just have one.
Because how to get the consultants.
One small point in the budget that was announced by she had spoken about corporate mitras. Corporate mitra, does it have something to do with this particular thing? Because they're talking about providing support to MSMEs on various issues.
That is for complaints. Only complaints come. Complaints. No, nothing. That is only it's
as I told you,
complaints.
This is an extension of that.
5% subsidy extra benefit they are getting. So instead of spending 10,000, the MSME may be spending around 5 to 6. Plus, that 5,000 rupees per MSME, it goes back to the OEM.
We should also look at incentivizing the industrial bodies to basically motivate people to join this. It'll be a good thing. Because a lot of effort will have to go into this. We need to dedicate this.
As of now, under the scheme, only
it happens later, after all the money is invested. So, as an industrial body, a grant or something that is given, it will actually help us to create the resource, get the resources to focus on this aspect. A lot of effort has to go.
As of now, it can be the 101st scheme.
108th.
Yeah, we will since tea is ready and without wasting too much time, we had a discussion with Sir's idea, it was basically to create a platform where people who are actually trainers, people who need that training can be integrated on a common platform. So BCIC intends becoming one such, like creating one such platform where all the trainings that are available. We have multiple agencies carrying out training, giving the opportunity.
Could be freelancers, could be bodies.
They're undersubscribed. All those, basically undersubscribed, like what you have, it is undersubscribed. So to motivate people, so we thought of creating a platform and then taking it to the public that this opportunity is there. So we'd like to understand as to can we have some sort of an understanding with you or any other government body to create this particular platform.
This will basically empanel all the experts. There are many experts within our membership. We have 800 members. And there are many experts who retired from these companies, or there are people, freelancers, or companies who are training companies. It could be technical based training, digital training, safety, whatever training. And we are trying to do, it's still in the proposal stage, you have to propose it to manufacturing committee and to the management committee of the organization. But when it flies, there will be a digital platform. People empanel. Mostly what happens is this is happening in the medical industry. Doctors don't know where the patients are. Patients don't know where the doctors are.
Sir, is it in net is working here? Net is working. Yes. Can you just, I'll tell you one thing.
I think your website you are
We are in that itself.
bring the notice.
Link.msme.gov.in.
So, all the services.
www.lean.msme.
Enrollment in those places.
.in.
Bureaucratic process.
GOV.
This is
Government.in.
Please enter.
We can link that also.
This one you mean, see.
Horizontal
Come down.
portal of portals.
You see, consultant registered is there. No, the 208 is written. You click there.
Click on that.
Click.
Yeah.
This one. So if you click, as of now, Government of India is trying to bring all the industry engineering consultant in this place.
See Surat.
So if you click first, anyone you click, you can see all there and the details of the consultant.
Exactly.
Like anyone you click. So we are trying, we may not be on a single platform, but somehow we are trying to bring the MSMEs. And anybody can see any consultant and they're free to contact anyone.
So I'm happy to see district market towns and not only urban cities.
Sir, you were talking about some challenges in Hubli, right? Get the consultant. Just one suggestion, KDM is also focusing a lot on the north beyond Bangalore, and they have something called the HDB sector, Hubli Dharwad Belgaum sector. So maybe you can get in touch with them. I know the person. We can possibly help you. Yeah, but they are working a lot with MSMEs and startups.
Yes.
Beyond Bangalore.
This thing we try to make maximum online. If how to suppose you want to register as a consultant, that also in that only you have to do it. We don't have anything, no paper, nothing. Just you go to home or register as a consultant. You see there only it will come. So register as a consultant.
Just click on that.
Register as a consultant. Exactly. Middle one. You have to click here. So you have to write, you have to give your
Data accountant.
and you go down. Said you come down. You see that view. Come down. So it will give you how you can become a consultant. So everything is online. Maximum we don't want any phone call. So we try.
Excellent.
This is good for scalability.
Yes.
Correct.
Also,
Multiplier effect.
so adding a point.
Gentlemen, this is the cost of your tea. It's hot tea or cold tea. Choice is yours.
Hot tea. We can continue our
discussion over here. Can we?
No, there may be other suggestions.
So, since, because sir just touched upon KDM Hubli, I just wanted to represent Bangalore, also being KDM is one of the Beyond Bangalore mission. And we entrepreneurs there are kind of united, and there are multiple schemes or initiatives done by local entrepreneurs there, which I see can fill in the gaps that you have probably consulted. Because we are united, and if the gap is just the consultants not being there, that can be worked out, is what I feel.
Yes, sir. There are two things. One is GU has to be formed in Bangalore.
Yeah.
And the consultant has to have 11. There are two things. But what is happening right now, it is concentrated on Bangalore, or like especially Maharashtra and all, they are doing very good work. Or even Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, those things, it is the same. Even UP also. I found that somehow, especially Western UP and all, they are coming in a big way.
Thank you. I think
Out of time.
we would like to, I mean, time. I think a lot of inputs has come and we will take this very positively. As a token of appreciation from BCIC, we would like to,
Not clap.
you can only just do it. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll request everyone to come for a group photograph, please.
Oh,
That'll be.
Considerably also I'll come.
I think we should do.
Check it outside. We'll have the photograph here.
That side, no? That's we move that side.
Nice stuff.
No, we
Here only.
accommodate everyone here. Oh, we can stand here.
thank you.
Some sort of years.
Oh.
Give me others.
Make it use that.
Read this all.
See my bag, it will be there. I'll be there.
Will come, I think. Close.
Oh, and please face the camera.
We will not hide anybody.
Come.
Please come. I think it will cover, right? It will.
Yeah.
So say smile.
Yeah. First time I do before the selfie.
Learned a lot. I mean,